This is The Real Hustle on holiday. In this series, Alex, Jess and Paul expose to our hidden cameras the scams that cheat tourists and travellers out of their hard-earned holiday money. On tonight's show,
Great. Yes, sir.
Paul goes for a walk with someone else's luggage. TV star Andy Peters gets to grips with a phone book.
Oh my word!
And this guy finds out why you should never accept gifts from strangers.
You're going to jail, son.
All the people on this show have been hustled for real, and after being given their money back, they agreed that the footage could be shown so you can avoid being ripped off by the same scams. It's a beautiful day on the Costa del Sol. The sun, sand, cheap drinks and party atmosphere make this part of Spain a holiday favourite with millions of British tourists. Alex and Jess are soaking up the Costa sunshine, but they've got more on their minds than just getting a tan. Alex takes it easy on a bench, while Jess heads further along the seafront to a local cafe. An ideal place to carry out the teddy bear scam. Jess gets into position beside the beach. For this scam, she's going to need all her skills of persuasion as a sexy swindler. She's looking for a mark that's open to a bit of holiday flirting. And it looks like she's hit the jackpot. Jess gets to work. First, she needs to break the ice.
Excuse me, are you English? Yeah. You are? You're Scottish? You sound really disappointed about that. Do you know what the name of this place is? I think I might be in the wrong place.
Poor Jess seems to be lost and doesn't know if she's in the right cafe.
I just want to...
One of the lads is giving Jess a good once-over. He's just made himself her primary mark.
Where are you from?
From Liverpool.
You're from Liverpool? Whereabouts in Liverpool?
Everton.
In where?
Near Buell.
My brother's just moved there.
Whereabouts?
I actually don't know where it is. He's only just moved there now. He's moved in with his flatmate and his little one.
What a coincidence. Jess's brother and nephew live in exactly the same part of Liverpool as the Mark does.
Okay. So when are you all going back? Or?
Well, we shut the bar on Saturday and then it's all starts to do what we want after.
That's exactly what Jess wanted to hear. These guys are all heading home to the UK in a few days' time.
No. Do you know what? I know this sounds really, really odd. You know, you say that where you're from in Liverpool, that's where my brother is. He's got a little boy and he turns 1 on the 25th. We've had this massive argument because I'm going away for 3 months, basically. I know it sounds a bit like, you know, a bit forward, but would you mind if I went and bought something? If I gave you something to take back and got my brother to pick it up? I think you could do that.
Yeah.
I don't trust the post here and I don't want to be sending anything away.
You trust me.
Oh, you know what? I trust you more than I trust the post.
Because everything tells us a complete lie with drug dealers, really.
Oh my God, don't say that. Do you know like, anywhere I can get something around here? Do you know the area? Do you want to come with me or something? Is that okay?
What a gent. He's willing to do the damsel in distress a massive favour. Jess tells her new friend Danny that her name is Susie and leads him across the street to a nearby shop to pick out a present for her nephew.
He's 1. I don't think a 1-year-old would want that, would they? Oh, that's
A 1-year-old, is it a boy?
A little boy.
Yeah, something like this.
The Mark thinks a teddy would be a good idea.
Sweet. Get the one from behind us. People do touching that. How much is it?
18 €.
Yeah, a teddy.
They've both agreed. It's the perfect gift for her 1-year-old nephew.
Very naughty.
Thank you very much.
That is
So that's Jess's gift problem solved.
yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All she needs to do now is get the Mark's details so that she can arrange for her brother to pick it up when he's back in Liverpool.
7th of the text. What's your address?
8.
Ace.
Jess punches his address and phone number into her mobile. As a final persuader, she even promises to buy him a drink next time she's back in England.
Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it, it's easy.
And I don't mean to be just like really poor, but you've really helped me out. It was really nice to meet you. I'm going to go off that way because I think my mate's down there now.
Yeah?
Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it. Thank you
Lovely
very
to
much.
meet you. Take
Right,
care.
Andrew, bye-bye.
Thanks, Danny.
They say goodbye and go their separate ways. The Mark can't wait to get back to the cafe to tell his mates all about it.
You should have saw her eyes. She was gorgeous. Yeah? She said she'll ring me when I'm pool. Cool.
With his head full of Jess, the Mark doesn't give a second thought to the teddy bear in the bag. Why should he? It's just an innocent stuffed toy from a gift shop. Or is it? Let's take another look at what happened.
I don't really know the area. I've only been a few times.
While Jess was chatting up the Mark, Alex was waiting patiently for his cue. As soon as he saw the two of them leave the cafe, he made his move. For this to work, he had to get to the gift shop 30 seconds ahead of them. In a moment of clumsiness, he knocked a teddy off the shelf and onto the floor. But when he picked it up, there were two teddies, including a new one that had been concealed in his bag. He then made sure his teddy bear was placed at the back of the display. With only seconds to spare, Alex slipped out of the shop, walking straight past Jess and her new friend.
Yes, something like this.
That's quite sweet.
The teddy that Jess picked was in fact the one that Alex had placed on the shelf just moments before. So where's the scam? Why have the hustlers gone to all this trouble?
You take care. Thanks, Danny.
Danny is going to find out.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Money won is twice as sweet as money earned,
Might as well say goodbye now.
and money won from a celebrity is even sweeter.
I am on the verge of crying. Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see if you can do it.
In the Celebrity Con Games. This week, the Hustlers are up against TV presenter Andy Peters, whose career has taken him from the BBC's Broom Cupboard with Ed the Duck to Saturday morning favourite Live and Kicking, right up to Celebrity MasterChef.
Why are you all being so relaxed? I'm a nervous wreck and you're like, oh, sorry. What do you mean?
That's what everybody says. Are you competitive, Andy?
Very.
That's
Yes.
why you're nervous.
Yes,
Really?
absolutely.
Andy is also a bit of a fitness fanatic and has the muscles to prove it.
Have you been to the gym this morning?
Not yet. I'm going to go to the gym this afternoon.
But you go like
Yeah,
regularly.
it's
What,
5-6 days a week.
All right. Well, look, we do have a challenge for you.
Yep.
It's a test of strength,
Be right back.
and yeah, Paul's going to get something that we're going to use.
Okay, right. Okay, fair enough.
Now, as you can see, I don't really do the gym. Now, look, it's going to be a test of strength. We're
Yeah.
basically going to try and rip these old phone books here.
Okay.
So these are the rules.
Yeah.
There's three things you've got to keep in mind.
Okay.
You have to tear it down the middle like this,
Oh!
not along the spine.
Right, okay.
You can't do something silly like tear one page at a time.
Right.
And it's whoever does it fastest between you and me.
Right,
I'll be
okay.
timing.
Okay.
You can use whichever one of these that you
Is it-
want.
Okay, hang on, let me just have a quick...
So Andy and Alex are going head to head. Whoever tears the phone book in two the fastest wins.
Yeah. Have you got £10?
A tenner? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, but I'm not sure I want to bet anymore.
But before Andy can show off his impressive strength, he needs to put his money where his mouth is.
Let's just...
Okay.
I don't...
All right.
Ready?
Paul, ready?
Steady.
No, wait. Wait, there must be a way of doing this. So I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. There must be a way to do this. Oh, what the heck? Start the clock. Go on, ready?
Ready? Steady. Go.
He's off to a slow start.
It's hard, isn't it?
What do I do after 15 minutes have passed?
Give us a tenner, I think.
Faint. Oh, it's getting it.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Andy's finally managed to rip the first few pages.
Coming up for 2 minutes.
Really?
Just let us know when you want to call it a day. And I should just burst a vessel or anything.
I can feel myself breaking into a sweat. No, I don't know.
Right.
He can't do it. It's phone book 1, Andy Peters 0.
I'm going to be impressed if you could do it at all.
But to win the bet, Alex still needs to prove it's actually possible.
Start there.
Unbelievable. Alex doesn't even have time to break a sweat.
Oh my word!
Phone book in half.
Yeah.
I think you can say.
That's awesome!
Yeah.
Cool, I'm glad you like that.
So how did Alex do it when Andy had already shown that brute strength isn't enough? It's all in the technique. Alex bent the book in the middle to make it a U shape and pulled the top tight with his thumbs. This stretched out the uppermost pages and concentrated all his strength in just one spot. He tore through just a few pages at a time, rather than the whole book at once. And once the tear appeared, it was simple work to rip through the rest of the phone book.
That's brilliant!
That did cost you a tenner.
Oh, yeah.
That's another tenner to add to the Hustlers collection,
Why don't you hold that up? We're going to take a picture.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yes.
making Andy Peters the latest celebrity victim.
Thank you.
All right.
It's got your phone book.
I'll use the internet from
There
now
you
on.
go.
If you're planning a holiday this year and don't want to run into any hostlers, here are some helpful tips to keep your possessions safe.
First of all, always use a travel tag. All you need to do is jot down your name, contact number, and your hotel address. And that way, if your bag does get lost in transit, it can easily be forwarded on to you. And if you do decide to put your home address on your luggage, never put it on the outside. This is just advertising that you have an empty house. Write it down on a piece of paper and stick it on the inside of your bag like this. Most importantly, always use a padlock on your bag. Some customs officers have the right to open your bag whether it's locked or not. So it's good to remember that in some countries, such as America, they have these. A padlock where you can set your own combination, but with a lock that can be opened by any customs officers. And that means that they don't have to break into your bag if they wish to open it.
If you're going on holiday, chances are you'll be passing through one of these, a major international airport. With so much security around, you'd think that your belongings are perfectly safe. But as the hustlers are about to demonstrate, ingenious thieves can still separate you from your possessions. In fact, they can even make you give them your hard-earned valuables. Paul's inside the airport terminal. He wants to see if this con will fly in the airport pickup. This is the area right outside the baggage reclaim hall. It's here that taxi drivers wait to pick up arriving passengers. And that's exactly what Paul is doing. On his clipboard is the name of the passenger he's expecting to meet. The con is on.
Hi there. Great. Let's,
Like any good driver, Paul insists on taking care of the luggage.
No, we bring the trolley because I'm probably going to bring the car round. Yeah, it's probably the best way.
Of course, this isn't Paul's day job. In fact, he's got no intention of giving this couple a lift. What he wants is their luggage.
Jump on today? Oh, good. How's the weather? No snow, no? What I'm going to do is save us a little time. I'm in the driver's car park. You can't go there because of the security thing. If you wait there, I'll run your bags down. I'll be there in less than 5 minutes. Otherwise, I've got to take you to the other car park. It takes 15 minutes or so, okay? So just straight ahead of these doors, the barrier, I'll see you there. Usually takes about 3 or 4 minutes, okay? Take care.
It's like taking candy from a baby. Paul walks off with their bags, and the Marks go outside to wait for a car that will never turn up. So how did Paul convince complete strangers to trust him with their bags? And how did he know the name? To find out, we need to go back 20 minutes. Shortly before the passengers landed, Paul took up position in a cafe next to the arrivals gate, waiting for the right opportunity to present itself. And at this busy airport, he didn't have to wait long. This guy is a real taxi driver. And he really was here to pick up some arriving passengers. He had no idea that he'd just been caught up in the hostler's scam. This was the key moment. Without arousing suspicion, Paul had to sneak a glimpse at the driver's clipboard, which gave him the vital piece of information he was looking for, the name of the arriving passenger. He copied the details onto his own pad. But that was only the first part of the scam. In order for Paul to pose as a driver, he needed the real driver to disappear. Enter Alex and Jess, who'd been watching the whole time. As they walked past Paul, they clocked the name on his pad and assumed the roles of the passengers.
Hawkins. Oh, Hawkins.
Hello.
That's us.
That's us.
Hi there.
Richard.
Hi. Nice to meet you,
Hello,
Richard.
you're right.
Hi there. Sorry, we came out of a
Came out the
different
other way.
exit.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
The real driver had no reason to question Alex and Jess. And as soon as his back was turned, Paul stepped into his place. Next, having moved the driver away from the arrivals gate, Alex and Jess had to ditch him for good.
Sorry, can I be really annoying? Can I snip to the loo really, really quick? Is that okay?
Should we meet you by the paying machines?
Do you know whereabouts they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do this a lot.
We do this like twice a week. But yeah,
you.
we'll meet you down there because I'm just gonna. We won't be 2 minutes.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Job done. He'll be waiting for them for a very long time. At the gate, when the marks saw their names on Paul's clipboard, they naturally assumed that he was the driver they booked.
Hi there. Great.
And that's why they had no problem handing over all their possessions. After waiting outside for 20 minutes, the marks start to wonder what the holdup is. Plenty of time for Paul to catch his own ride in the car park, courtesy of Alex and Jess. Eventually, it dawns on the marks they're never going to see their driver or their bags again.
Because he had like the shirt and black tie and the black jacket and the long coat, so he looked really professional.
And he was from Glasgow, so we just believed him. It's not as if we checked his ID, checked, can I see some ID before you leave with a bag. So the reason why we trusted him was because he was literally standing there with a piece of paper with your surname on it, so.
In this scam, there's absolutely no reason for the marks or the driver to assume anything until it's too late. And with Paul standing there with a notice board saying the mark's name's on it, they naturally assume that he's been sent by the taxi company.
To avoid this type of scam, the driver can ask the passengers where they're going because obviously he knows the destination and they should too. And the passengers can check his ID. But the most important thing is to remember not to allow yourself to be separated from your belongings.
Very often when we get off an aeroplane, we're thinking about our onward journey, perhaps we're tired, perhaps there's some jet lag, and sometimes our guard is down. So we're not as cautious as we would otherwise normally be. And that means that airports are good places for scammers.
When on holiday, it doesn't get much better than relaxing in the sun with a drink in your hand, except if that drink is free. The hostlers are going to show you how to win drinks from your mates by using proposition bets. The prop bet makes you believe you're onto a sure thing, but of course the hostlers always have the edge, and you don't stand a chance. So watch and learn. Jess has found these 3 guys in a seaside bar, but she's not planning on buying any drinks.
Who's the most competitive out of you two? Because I reckon it'll be you two. Only because you're younger.
I don't need it.
You don't need it. You've got your age.
No, I'm competitive.
Are you?
In sports.
Are you competitive?
Well, I'd like to think so, yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to do a little competition to see who wins, if that's okay. Got these 2 bottles here. They're bottles of water, glass bottles. Okay? Basically, what I want you to do is empty the bottle of water into this bucket, and I'm going to time you, and whoever can empty the water out first wins. So if you can drink it, you can pour it, any way to get the water out as quickly as possible, and you need to put it into this bucket. And I'm going to time you both. I want you to both do it at the same time. Can I borrow your watch? You've got a watch down there, so I want to time it. So these are your 2 bottles. When I say go, start pouring. Try not to spill anything. Ready? Hang on, let me get this. 3, 2, 1, go. Wait. Okay, I see you've got a different technique. Okay. 10 seconds. Oh, I see, twisting it. Coming up to 15.
Yay, winner.
15 seconds. Whoa. 13 seconds. 15 seconds. I guess you won. Was that difficult? But you know what though, I bet I can do it quicker than that.
You reckon?
Yeah? So you took 13 seconds. I reckon I can do it in less than 10. Possibly even less than 7.
Less than 7?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
you can't do it in 7 seconds, absolutely.
I can't do it in 7 seconds. Okay, if I can, you buy me a drink?
That was
If I
off.
can, you buy me a drink?
That was after time.
You can as well if you want.
You did it.
Buy me a drink. Can you please time me? When it gets to quarter to there, I didn't say you couldn't use anything. You can use straw. Ready?
Wait for it. Ready, steady, go. Whoa.
How quick was that?
That was 4 seconds.
5.5 seconds. Whee!
Fair enough.
It's all down to the straw. Jess inserts a straw into the bottle, making sure that one end is sticking out to the side. This way, air from the outside fills the space left by the water, and the bottle empties in less than half the normal time.
So you all owe me a drink now, but I'm just going to stick to orange juice, so the bar.
That's right.
2 weeks ago, the hostlers set their sights on Danny, a British traveller working on the Costa del Sol.
Excuse me, are you English?
Jess charmed the mark at a seaside cafe and persuaded him to take a teddy bear back to Britain for her 1-year-old nephew,
What's your address?
who he thinks just happens to live in exactly the same area of Liverpool as he does.
Yeah, thanks, Danny.
Of course, with the hostlers around, there's no such thing as a coincidence. Danny is now back home in Liverpool, having brought the teddy bear all the way from Spain. And as luck would have it, Jess, aka Susie, has come back to the UK early. They've arranged to meet up in an Italian restaurant for a drink and to hand over the present. Keen to meet Susie again, the mark is right on time, and most importantly, he's brought the teddy bear. Unfortunately, Susie doesn't seem to be around. Instead, he runs straight into Alex, claiming to be her brother.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm Susie's brother. You got the teddy for us?
Yeah, that's the teddy bear, yeah.
Nice, thank you.
Where's Susie?
Thank you. She's, oh, good. That's a good choice. Come in. She's just running an errand for me. She's going to be here in 5 minutes. Come in. Her Uncle Paul's here. Say hello.
Seems like Danny's getting to know the whole family.
Yeah. Just sit down. Do you want a drink or something? Have a seat. I'll give you that wine.
Well, how you doing?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Daniel.
Danny, yeah.
Sit down. Where you met Susie in? Oh, nice.
Can I get you something?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
You all right?
Thank you, yeah.
Glass of wine or something?
This isn't how the Mark was expecting his evening to turn out. He's starting to think something's up.
You hungry?
Yeah, no.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm alright.
I got some meatballs going.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
make good meatballs here.
It's okay.
Yeah, we make meatballs out of any kind of meat here.
Yeah.
Alex gets out a set of scales, but as the Mark is about to find out, they're not for weighing parmesan.
You met Susie
In Spain?
in Spain.
Yeah. Just randomly come up to me and said that you've moved here in Liverpool. And just said, can I do a favour? And she bought me a teddy bear and told me to come down.
Ah, good for you.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Came back okay? Safe?
Yeah, it's alright.
Safe?
Yeah.
The teddy got back without a mark on it too, but that's about to change.
What are you doing?
Having a quick look. Just check everything.
Just necessary. It's not we don't trust you. Is all right?
Yeah, I'm going.
We do need to check this.
Don't worry, sit down. It's fine.
Yeah, listen,
You're all right. Don't worry.
It's just dawning on the Mark that he's been used as a drug courier. What seemed like an innocent good deed for an attractive girl has turned into the worst day of the Mark's life.
Hey, it's a little light. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he's
not light. Everything's.
It's all right. Yesterday.
You're good. Hey, listen, don't worry
about it. I think we should
relax.
maybe be a little
I
bit
could
careful.
go to jail. So.
Relax, no one's going to go to
Well,
jail.
she's a pretty girl, don't worry about it. I mean,
You're
you're not the first person who's,
Yeah, but I've been conned completely.
don't worry
Have
about
some
it.
water.
Alright, well,
Listen,
You know she's not coming, don't you?
no,
Did she pay you? Did she give you any money?
no.
We're not going to pay you any money.
This is the real hustle on holiday. In this series, Alex, Jess and Paul expose to our hidden cameras the scams that cheat tourists and travellers out of their hard-earned holiday money. On tonight's show, what the hustlers get up to at home.
She's heavy.
Someone else's home. Commonwealth swimming champion Mark Foster goes for gold, and this couple finds out why you don't buy foreign currency from some guy in a bar.
We've been mugged off.
What?
All the people on this show have been hustled for real, and after being given their money back, they agreed that the footage could be shown so you can avoid being ripped off by the same scams. When abroad, many travellers hire cars or take their own cars on holiday with them. But what happens if things go wrong with a vehicle when you're away from home? Or even worse, when con artists make something go wrong? We're about to find out in the oil slick scam. Alex and Jess want to get their hands on a car, and in a busy holiday resort like this Costa del Sol seaside town, it doesn't take long for some potential marks to park up next to them. The motorists head for a supermarket, so they should be gone long enough for Jess to take a closer look at their car. Apparently fixing a problem with her shoe, she kneels down out of sight. What she's actually doing is more sinister. In her hand is a bottle of brake fluid. She empties almost the whole bottle under one of the car's front wheels. Now all the hustlers have to do is wait for the marks to return with their shopping. Seeing the marks come back, Alex and Jess get out, ready to intercept them.
What is that?
That is a massive puddle of brake fluid.
Alex?
That's braking fluid. Is that your car?
Yeah.
Looks like you've got braking fluid coming out.
Brake fluid.
I wouldn't drive that if I were you. That amount of, oh my God, there's loads of it.
The bolt must have come off in something.
Yeah. Do you live far from here?
Not a bit.
Well, there's a mechanic just round the corner that we use. They speak English, they're very good. They haven't ripped us off.
Just literally round there.
I'll tell you what, if you follow me, I'll show you where it is. It's literally behind that building. I think you need to take it there because you need to lift it up and have a look at it.
This scam won't work unless Alex gets the marks to follow him in their car.
No, you don't want to be driving down the motorway going, hang on, we're not slowing down here. Let me pull the car out and I'll get behind you.
So far, so good. The marks let Alex lead the way to the local repair shop. Just around the corner is a very familiar-looking mechanic. It's now over to Paul to get the marks to hand over their keys.
Hola.
You remember us?
Oh, hi. How are you?
Doing.
Hi.
We were just in the car park earlier and I saw there was a heap load of braking fluid that had come out from underneath there. So I've
Okay.
recommended these people come to you.
You guys English? Espanol?
Yeah.
English.
Next time, get us 10% off. Bring your business.
You must be kidding.
Spoken like a true mechanic.
What end was it? Was it at your front?
It was just here. Just here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, look.
Big call of Frankfurt here, wasn't there?
Yeah.
How long are you going to take you?
Until my boss gets back. He's going to be back in 20 minutes, but it's a Spanish 20 minutes. Why don't you come back about after 4:30? Yeah. What I'll do is I'll check it. If it's leaking badly, you'll have to leave it or get it towed.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see some spray there, so you might have a leak.
Yeah.
I can make it safe for you, so you can get it to your local garage.
But yeah,
Is that okay?
I want it safe.
Well, I got nothing better to do. Leave me the keys, and I'll have a quick look at it. Okay, I got them.
Result. An oil-stained T-shirt and a closed garage is all the convincing the Marks need to hand over their vehicle.
I'm Paul. These guys call me Pablo, so ask for Pablo when you get back.
Alex and Jess slip away quietly. But before Paul can make his getaway, a genuine garage customer pulls up. He could throw a spanner in the works, and Paul needs to get rid of him quickly or his cover could be blown.
Perdón. No. No trabaja aquí.
Job done. As soon as the Marks turn the corner, Paul takes their car for a test drive from which it will never return. At the arranged time, the Marks turn up to find the garage open. The hustlers knew they had a 1-hour window when it would be closed for an afternoon siesta. But the real mechanics have never heard of the mysterious Pablo.
I was here and there was a bloke outside.
The truth slowly dawns on the Marks. Their car is gone.
Popped into the shop round the corner, came out, brake fluid coming out of the wheel of the car, and a nice young couple said, I know a mechanic around the corner, follow me. And I've left the car with him, and the people in the tyre place next door are denying all knowledge of anybody else. I think I've been exceedingly foolish. And if I were to go to the police, they'd laugh at me.
This scam uses a classic technique. We put the Marks into a very difficult situation and then manipulate them into making the decision that we want them to make. Nobody wants to drive an unsafe car.
Always be careful when taking unsolicited advice from strangers. And whatever you do, never leave anything of value with somebody outside of a company. If they can't get in and you can't get in, come back later.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Money won is twice as sweet as money earned.
So I say goodbye now.
And money won from a celebrity is even sweeter.
I am on the verge of crying. Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see if you can do it.
In the Celebrity Con Games.
Hello.
Hello.
The hustlers have come to a former bank vault to take on the ex-Commonwealth swimming champion who led Team GB out at the Beijing Olympics, the Man Mountain Mark Foster.
Nervous about today?
No.
Not breaking it?
Interested, intrigued.
Okay, standard question we ask everyone, are you competitive?
Yes.
So you're going to make a real effort?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Lead the way.
So Mark's definitely up for the challenge.
Welcome to the vault.
It's time for Paul to explain what the hustlers have in store.
See, I asked if you were bricking it.
Intriguing.
This is real BBC gold. As you can see, not quite a real thing, but there's a bit of weight in there. Definitely a bit of weight.
About the same weight of an average brick?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is kind of one of those physical and mental challenges. You have to pick up all 5 bricks
Okay.
simultaneously with one hand.
Okay.
£10?
£10.
Used to being in at the deep end, Mark accepts the £10 bet.
Tenner.
Used pounds.
Yeah, you might as well say goodbye now.
Very used.
There you go. Remember, I have to do it, or you get your tenner back.
Okay. So there is a way of doing it. You're going to show me at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's game on. Can he lift all 5 bricks with just one hand?
Wow.
That one's not going to work.
Not like that.
You getting ready to catch that one?
I'm getting ready to catch these.
Yeah.
They were quite heavy, actually.
Oh my God.
It's looking good. Have the hostlers met their match?
You'll be the first person to do it without them falling like that. Yeah, that other hand's coming in here.
Close one.
Well, we've been trying it.
Club one more go at that.
He goes again. This man doesn't know when he's beat him. Is piling them high the answer? No.
That could have cost you dear there, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we giving up?
Progress.
Finally, he admits defeat. But to win the bet, Paul needs to succeed when Mark has failed.
For £10.
Yeah, go on.
All right, here we go.
Can he do it?
That's it. And you lift them all up like that.
Paul makes it look easy.
You want to hit someone?
And that's because, once you know how, it is. Paul carefully stacked the 5 bricks so that there was an opening down the middle. He could then reach down and use the one on the bottom as a handle to lift the whole stack off the table. So Mark loses his tenner.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
We're going to go and spend your tenner.
That's another celebrity hustled.
Simple when you know how.
If you're planning a holiday this year and don't want to run into any hustlers, here are some helpful tips to make sure you stay safe.
Number 1, always keep your wits about yourself. Just because you're abroad, it doesn't mean you're not at risk from hustlers or criminals. In fact, as a tourist, you're probably even more at risk. If you do go out for a few drinks, then make sure you stay in control and you know exactly how to get back to your hotel. And remember never to accept the lift from an unlicensed cab. Pre-book a taxi or get the number of a reputable company from the hotel desk before you go out.
When you're away on holiday, the last thing you want to worry about is everything you've left behind at home. With almost 300,000 domestic burglaries in the UK every year, people rely on home security systems to keep their belongings safe. But whether you're away or at home, even state-of-the-art alarms are no match for the hustlers. In the silent alarm sting. Jess has been out, looking for a specific type of house. It needs to have an alarm system and the owner must be at home. Having found one that fits the bill, she's noted down the company name on the external alarm box and has looked up the property's phone number using an online directory service. She puts in a call.
Well, hi there, I'm calling from security. Are you aware that your silent alarm has been set off? If it's been set off within the last 15 minutes, have you been at home? Well, whenever a silent alarm goes off, it's our policy to send out a couple of technicians straight away because obviously we need to make sure that everything's okay.
So Jess has found a security-conscious Mark who's bought her story and is now expecting some technicians to take a look at his alarm.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye.
He won't be disappointed.
Oh, hi there. I'm from the security company. They giving you a call? Yes. Your alarm seems to be going off. Are you monitored?
Apparently we are.
Okay.
I just really want to check the sensors that you've got. If you've got one up here,
Yeah.
that's registering clean.
One in the lounge.
Do you have one down here, sir?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's the one on the front door that's the one giving us the problem.
There's one in the kitchen.
Do you have your front door keys? Because sometimes when you lock the door, if the temperature changes, sometimes these are misaligned.
Alex is using technical talk to make the Mark think they need to carry out a standard engineer's test.
Yeah, there's a set on there.
Can I try locking your door, sir?
Yeah.
Sometimes the deadlocks just shift with wooden frames. So if you don't mind, I'll lock the door and if you just set it and see what happens.
We do both locks actually when we go out.
Can I ask you just to put your code in there? Just your code. I'll look away, obviously. I don't want to. great, and just switch it off.
That seems to be fine. Are you going to be setting
might be
it
the
at all
local
later
exchange.
today? We might be. We're going out, yeah. Okay. Well,
Right.
if it goes off again, we'll let you know.
The test has shown that everything is in order.
Sorry to bother you, and
The Mark now thinks his alarm system is fully functional again. Of course, there was nothing wrong with it in the first place. The Mark's house is now empty, just as the hustlers knew it would be. The Mark told them himself.
We might be. We're going out, yeah. Okay.
But they're still faced with a locked and alarmed property. How can they possibly get an entry? Easy. When Alex and Paul visited the house earlier, they were after two things. First, the alarm code.
Can I ask you just to put your code in there?
Paul may have been looking away, but the hidden camera on his clipboard wasn't. And whilst Paul was keeping the Mark busy, Alex was outside making a plasticine imprint of the front door key, giving them everything they needed to burgle the Mark's house. Paul punches in the code to deactivate the alarm. They don't want any real technicians turning up. Alex heads straight for a set of car keys that he spotted on his first visit. It's payday. This burglary has just stepped up a notch. Alex and Jess install hidden cameras in the sitting room to capture the robbery on film.
We're set?
Yeah.
3. Oh, she's heavy.
Jess keeps an eye out for neighbours as Alex and Paul walk off with a 32-inch plasma TV.
Why am I the one walking backwards?
Why is that?
With the unexpected bonus of the car, they're getting out as quickly as they can. Alex checks out his new set of wheels, a £17,000 convertible. And they're gone. The whole burglary took a matter of minutes. Less than an hour later, the Marks return home, not noticing that there's a lot more parking space than usual. As they get out of their car, they see that all the lights are on in the house. The Mark naturally thinks back to the unexpected visitors he had earlier in the day.
Well, I had a phone call earlier to say our control had gone off. And they said they were sending some people around, but 2 guys turned up, which we presume was from the company. And I think that was them.
Always check ID before you let anybody in your house. If you're unsure about their credentials, call the company they claim to work for and check again. Once they're inside your house, never leave them unattended. Now, if you're unsure about your house alarm, if you think that your code has been compromised, then change it. In fact, the more often you change it, the more secure you'll be.
Whenever you invite somebody into your home, somebody you've never met before, you need to identify them. If you've got any doubt whatsoever, let them wait at the door while you make a phone call. If they're con men, they'll disappear immediately. If they're not, they'll wait patiently. Never give out PIN codes, never give out details to anybody unless you are absolutely certain.
When on holiday, it doesn't get much better than relaxing in the sun with a drink in your hand. Except if that drink is free. The hustlers are going to show you how to win drinks from your mates by using proposition bets. The prop bet makes you believe you're onto a sure thing. But of course, the hustlers always have the edge. And you don't stand a chance. So watch and learn.
I will have a gin and tonic, please.
Alex is out for drinks in a seaside bar. But he's not planning to spend his own money.
All right, okay, look. Straightforward challenge. The winner is the person who can open this bottle. But you can't use a bottle opener.
I think the teeth.
You can, yeah, you look as if you could do it with your teeth, but don't, please.
No, no.
Honestly. No, you can't use your teeth. No body parts involved, I'm afraid. Eye sockets or... Nose. Or...
The only thing you have is you've got to use this piece of paper. This is going to be our bottle opener. You have to draw
a lollipop.
There you go. This is our opener. So you've got to use this piece of paper to get this bottle open.
Can you fold it?
You can fold it if you like.
It does make paper stronger, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But just to make it strong enough to open up a bottle.
Yeah. If it isn't, we'll get one that you're happy with. You happy with that one?
Yeah, I'm happy with that one.
If I do it, will you at least pay for the beer and a couple of more? Shall I do it?
Yeah.
Yes, but how?
How is he going to fold it?
It costs a beer to find out.
Maybe he's going to hit us with a paper and then go and get it.
What do you mean? Loop it round and pull it up.
Oh, he's going to do it like the clipper.
Why didn't you think of that earlier? Oh my goodness.
What's she going to do?
It's like we do with the clippers.
Oh. Thank you very much.
Alex folded the paper in half lengthways, then again, and again, and one final time. He then folded the whole thing in half once, and again. The paper was then 64 times thicker and strong enough to be used as a lever against his hand to pop off the top.
There you go. You can ask to pay me that at the bar.
Is that legal currency here, is it?
Getting a good exchange rate on your foreign currency makes all the difference to your holiday spending money. So if the rate was, say, 25 yen to £1, and someone offered you 50 yen to £1, you'd be mad not to take it, wouldn't you? Right next door to London Stansted is this busy airport hotel. With an exclusive travellers bar and eye-catching aerial acrobatics, it's the perfect setting for the currency swindle. With such unusual entertainment on offer, it's not hard for Paul to strike up a conversation with some strangers. Step 1, the icebreaker.
You seen this?
Yeah, I was quite amazed. I looked up and I was like,
cool little find this place actually. If you ever use the airport, this is the place to come and wait.
You going anywhere?
I'll just go back up to Glasgow. Just fortunately, I'm stuck here until a friend arrives.
Now that Paul has got 2 new friends, it's time for his old friends, businessman Alex and his girlfriend Jess, to make their entrance.
I'm here for a couple of days, but
they're here to do a little business deal with Paul.
take your time.
Sorry, yeah.
I've got a flight. Right. Good to see you.
Hiya. How are you?
Very good. Good. Where are you off to?
Going to Geneva.
Nice.
Pleasantries over, it's time for the deal.
All right, what have we got? I got 600.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Can you get any more? Because I've actually got 52,000 yen here.
What's that?
That's 1,000. Well, it's 2,000, but I'm doing it for 1,000.
The Marks can't help overhearing that sums of money are being discussed. Alex is offering to sell Paul Japanese yen at an amazing exchange rate.
The exchange rate's 25.012. So
I'll do for 50.
Do it for 50?
Yeah.
If you told me it was that much on the phone, then I would have tried to get more, but...
Can't you get some more now?
ATM, that's all it's going to give me.
As luck would have it, Alex is in possession of more foreign currency than Paul can afford to buy. If only there was someone else nearby with money in their pockets, up for making a quick yen.
You're not travelling to Japan anytime soon, are you?
Not in any plans.
Or you don't... Well, look, here's the deal.
Now to rope the Marks in and give them the hard sell.
I've just come home from Japan because I work for a big investment bank, and believe it or not, they're still giving us a lot of money to go out and do business with. If I go and change it at an exchange place, they ask for passports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if I leave a paper trail that I've changed that money back, I can get into trouble with my employer.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do with my friend Paul here is the exchange rate at the moment is 25 yen to £1. I'm happy to do it.
You're giving us 50?
50. for £1, so double it up.
It would seem like everyone's a winner here. Alex gets to keep some of his leftover business expenses without leaving a paper trail, which could get him in trouble with his boss. And the marks get Japanese yen at half price, which they can exchange back into pounds, effectively doubling their money. But to make sure the marks buy in, they first need the convincer.
Have you got the exchange rates on that thing? Can you get them? Just so you see I'm not like messing with you. So if you...
Paul shows the marks a currency exchange website on his mobile phone. They can clearly see today's rate is 25 yen to £1.
What website are you on there?
TRH.
Well, that's like up to date, yeah. You're making 2 to 1.
I'm not going to say no to make extra money, so...
I know, do you know what? Times are hard.
Yeah, they are.
The marks want in.
How much cash have you got?
I'll leave it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's 11,500. What I'll do is I'll give you...
Give him 12,000.
12,000, because I don't...
Alex even rounds it up to the nearest 1,000. The marks have got themselves a great deal.
Well, I'm just going to hold the cash.
Yeah,
Do it separately, don't go in right.
They hand over £230 to a guy they've just met in a bar.
Thank you.
Right, can we shoot?
Yeah, no, we have...
As soon as the deal is done, Alex and Jess leave. After all, they've got a plane to catch.
Hey, good to meet you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
So I'm gonna head up and change that.
Okay,
Go get my
thank you.
flight.
And it's not long before Paul also says sayonara to his new friends.
Thank you so much. Double your money. That's so cool. I was up in a week as well.
And it's about to get a whole lot worse when she discovers what her fistful of yen is really worth.
12,000 yen.
Yeah, it's a really good deal.
Awesome.
I mean, it was really nice to do that, really, to be honest.
We expect to make at least 420.
They showed us the exchange rate on the thing, so it's cool.
Well, what website are you on there?
TRH.
Well, that's like up to date.
Yeah.
Of course, you shouldn't always trust what you see on the internet. That currency website was knocked up by the hustlers themselves, and 25 yen to £1 is probably the worst exchange rate in history, as the marks could have discovered in any current newspaper.
Is that what the exchange rate is today? 139.8?
This is worth 75 quid.
What?
The rate's not 25 to 1, not even Alex's generous 50 to 1. That day's genuine rate is 140 yen per pound. So the marks haven't doubled their money. In fact, they're £150 down on the deal.
We've been mugged off.
I can't even talk.
This scam works really well because Paul employs a couple of psychological touches. On his phone, he's got the website, so it seems quite genuine. Also, he uses yen as a currency. Now, a lot of people know the currency, but don't quite know the exchange rate. It's not like the dollar or the euro, which is very popular.
Never get involved in any sort of deal that you haven't organised yourself, and especially with people that you've never met before. You should always buy your foreign money either from a reputable currency exchange or a bank.
So remember, even when you're away from home, you should always keep your wits about you. That way, you will avoid getting hustled on holiday.
They need to make an extra money.